Okay. Yeah, just tell us when we're ready. I'm just ordering some more pizza.
More? You didn't share the last one you got.
Yeah, I've just decided whether I want pineapple on this or not.
No.
Yeah, pineapple. Pepperoni.
Yeah, pepperoni.
Yes. Good evening. Yeah, nobody told me. Yeah,
we did tell you, but we told you in our minds. In our minds.
Yes. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Monday night. eModels night. eModels.co.uk. I got it right without pause. Yeah, pause, hesitation, repetition, things like that.
Ding! And the next word.
Yes. Good evening. Anyway, welcome to the eModels show with Chris, Foxx, Colin, Ted and I, and all of us together, and you lot out there in chatland. I've got chat over there now, so I'm looking over. I'll be doing this all right.
Good.
Yes. Well, yes. What was it? I was going to say something important, but I totally forgot.
You were going to thank them for watching and bid them good night, Ted. There you go.
Yes, that was it. Yes. So we'll see you all next week. Thank you for dropping in.
Take care, everyone.
Take care, and we'll see you all next week. Bye.
Never let it be said that Ted isn't malleable.
Press button.
Okay, I'll put the entitlement now. About the entitlement.
It's all going to fall over tonight because we came in and Foxx couldn't hear us, so he will be doing the announcement tonight by the interpretive dance and things like that because he doesn't know what we're on about.
There were some technical difficulties, and I said some words.
He's going to thoroughly deny that he was being a diva, but he was being a diva.
I was not being a diva. I was being a grumpy old man because nothing was working.
That was it. It was I can't hear anything through the earphone. Stop. Yes.
You've given me blue M&Ms in the bowl. I'm just
Where's my agent? Get my agent on the phone now.
So that's how it's going to go for the rest of the night. But in the meantime, we can start the show by doing the official bits and pieces, and we'll go across to Foxx at the official news desk, won't we? Over to Foxx.
Jellyfish.
Dead ones.
Okay, that's your jellyfish of the week. Next. Yes, anyway, hello. Sorry, I'm having a special day today. Welcome one and all. It's Monday. It's the eModels show. It's your show. It's a chance for you guys to hang out in the chat and have a good time while we're just waffling on in the background. We're kind of irrelevant to the whole proceedings. You're just here to see what's in store and to buy the third item and see if you can win something. That's all you're here for. We know that, but we love you anyway. Anyway, yes, we are watching us. If you're watching this, it's all about hanging out in the chat and having a good time. So if you can't see the live chat, you need to be watching on the YouTubes. So if you're watching this anywhere else, like embedded in Facebook or Twitter, go down here, or well, not down there, it's down under Chris's left nipple, but there's a YouTube button down under Chris's left man boob, and that will take you to YouTube, where you can watch on YouTube and join in the live chat. Now, we all have the chat in front of us. You can ask us questions, you can ask us anything you want. No religion, no politics, but anything else is fair game. Keep it clean. This is a family-friendly show, and please don't mention other traders and retailers in the chat. This is a show for eModels.co.uk, your one-stop shop for all your model making needs. So they are the lords at the moment. They are in charge. So don't talk about anybody else. But yes, do ask us questions if you want to get our attention. We have the chat in front of us, but we're all old and we can't see things. So please put your comments in big fat capital letters or
bold.
God, that was worse than satellite communication. Like that was.
Yeah,
big fat capital letters. Or if you want to, you can do a super chat, which puts your comment in a coloured box, and we can't possibly miss it. And it makes that noise when Ted hits things. It doesn't make that noise, but I wish it did. Do it again, Ted. Do it again. Pies are on, bars open.
It's not as clean as it was last week. I don't know. Is it full up this week, Ted?
I don't. I think he's dinging his microphone this time twice as much.
That's
Yeah, we're getting the thunk as well as the ping. It's not the same. But yes, put your comments in capitals. If you want to, you can do a super chat. Hit the dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. That puts your comment in a colour box, and there's no way we can possibly miss your comment that way. You'll definitely get our notice. But if you do ask a comment and put it in capitals and we don't notice it straight away, the chat does leg it around really fast, so we might miss it. So just give it 5 minutes and put your comment in again, just in case we missed it the first time. We try and answer everybody that we can, but we can't always get everybody because there's millions of you and there's only 4 of us, and we're all old.
Yeah.
Enjoy the show.
Yeah. And there is a fair chance that your comment will get read out twice anyway, because it usually does.
Wait a minute.
If one of us will
I'm
read
the
it and
youngest one here. I've just realised I'm the youngest.
Yeah, shut up. So, anyway, you know, so one of us will read it, and then Colin will read it. So, you know.
Absolutely, mate. I've got the attention span of a goldfish, mate. You know what I'm like.
Any minute now, Colin will be like, so Osric 9000 says.
Right, yes, right. That's the official bit done. The rules and regulations and terms and conditions, and your call may be charged even if you enter after the show or whatever. But now
Your house
we'll
may be
go
at risk.
Yeah.
If you
But
do not keep
now,
up your payments.
now, for the amusing part of the week, we will go across to Colin, where we'll have Death of the Week and Colin's factoids.
Death of the week, he says, adjusting himself so he can see the screen.
Have you not got your telescopes?
Oh, mate, I think I'll put my flip-up ones on because I'm struggling to see.
Are you putting your flippy flappies on?
There you go. Sorry about that, folks. Hey.
I'm Superman. No, I'm not. Yes, I am.
Yes, now it's it. No, I don't. Ocean depth record. There you go. In 1954, an ocean exploration depth record. No, don't make me read better, do they?
Nope.
13,287 feet, or 4,050 metres, or 2,000 fathoms, was set
With
in
an F.
FNRS the third. Was set when 2 French Navy officers, Lieutenant Commander George Huot and Lieutenant Pierre Worm, reached the Atlantic Ocean floor 120 miles southwest of Dakar. Here you go.
That's a hell of a bad way to go for your rally, isn't it? We've gone a bit off course.
That is deep, though, isn't it?
Yeah, you said turn left.
I'd love that, though, wouldn't you? Looking through the old window underneath there, all the old critters, jellyfish, fox, doing their thing, you know, bump, bump, and all of that. There you go.
Oh, wait a minute. Can we do a Mexican jellyfish?
Oh, hang on, yeah.
Yeah.
Then it goes to me. Ted, get ready, Ted. Get ready, Ted. It's coming up to you.
Coming back. He's coming back.
Oh, you've got one of them little ones, Colin, haven't you? You've got the pulsy ones.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Moving on.
Yeah, people can have us as their own aquarium, can't we? Yeah, there's a fish.
Yay.
Yeah,
The
there's some
fish doctor.
jellyfish.
Well, I occasionally blow a few bubbles, but you don't want to be, you know, it's not like what you think.
Fester's fish toid.
Well,
Well,
Mexican jellyfish.
shall we have a birth?
Birth of the week.
With an earth.
Yeah, we've got birth of the week on this very day. A bloke called Hans von Euler Chelpin.
Was that Anne's real age?
Oop. I thought you were going to say Ula Oop.
And he was a what? A German Swedish biochemist who shared the 1929 Nobel Prize, coincidentally for chemistry, with Sir Arthur Alden.
Right, story.
Who?
Sir Arthur what?
Alden with an A.
Okay, just checking.
No, that's not his real name.
You wouldn't believe how, for work on the role of enzymes even.
Enzymes.
It seems that often it just takes one word to start us off.
Enzymes. I love that.
Oh, dear. In the alcoholic fermentation of sugar. So, yeah, he was bomb. A bloke called Charles Edouard Guillaume, who was a French physicist who studied ferronickel alloys discovered Invar, which was a nickel steel.
I've still got no idea what he studied.
I've got no idea myself, and I'm reading it badly, which gained him the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1920. There you go.
What did he study? I've got no idea.
I've
Give him a
got
prize anyway.
absolutely no idea, mate. Shall we have a couple of deaths? I've done that so professionally. Yeah, I know.
A brief moment of professionalness.
A bloke here called Ernst Weber. He was an Austrian-American electrical engineer who developed microwave technology. He died on this very day in 1996.
That's a microwave, isn't it?
Yeah, 94 he was, mate. Ain't a bad old innings he had there, is it?
Think of all the microwave food he ate, and he lived to 94. So whatever your mum says about not eating microwave food, it's clearly rubbish. It's clearly good food.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. It's we got an English physicist who was awarded the Nobel Prize in 1928, and his name was Sir Owen Williams Richardson. He died on this day in 1959 at quite a young age of 79. We got another British engineer, so I'm going for easy ones this week. This is a bloke called Rooks Evelyn Bell Crompton. What a name!
Sounds like a rock star.
Yeah, isn't he?
It must have been Evelyn Bell Crompton, yeah. Hello.
He was a British engineer and an inventor who was a young man, made a steam road engine. Oh, absolutely, mate. Good for you, geez. And the last one, there's a better one than that. This one was all it says was an Italian geologist. Ain't even got a photo of the bloke. He died in 1826 at the age of 75, and his name was Skippy Pion Breezelack.
Skippy the bush kangaroo.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
Scipione. Scipione.
Hey, Scipione.
The famous Italian version of the bush kangaroo.
Yeah, try and get your hand like that when you do it, and then you can naturally just say, there you go, Scipione.
He's down at the well.
It's here, Mario.
Scipione Breezelack. That's the bloke.
What, there'd been a collapse in the mine, Skippy.
Little Dimmy has fallen down the well.
So that's your deaths of the week, folks. So
we've just lost all our Italian viewers, and we do apologise profusely.
Yeah, just going back to that guy that died that invented the microwave. Wasn't it true that they found that he discovered the microwave principle because the chocolate in his pocket had melted or something?
Something like that.
Yeah.
No idea. What was he like, emitting microwaves from his crotch or something?
I have chocolate in my pocket sometimes, and that melts, and that's nothing to do with microwaves.
Yeah. I mean, apparently his Kensington Court Power Station in London was one of the first in the city. He's pretty talented bloke by all what that lot was.
Yeah. Lee Barrett says, is the Nobel Prize similar to the Nobel Prize, Colin?
Yeah. Well, when I first read it out, when I first started doing it, I called it the Nobel Prize, didn't I?
Yeah. What prize have you got? I've got the Nobel Prize.
Yeah, I've got the Nobel Prize, didn't I, mate?
I got the Nobly Niche Prize from Pontins in 1975.
Donald Mackenzie saying meteorology is a big part of his job. Stress corrosion cracking. Good man.
Cool.
Or is he saying that stress corrosion is cracking?
I thought there was a newscaster for the foreign people, the foreign dignitaries.
The foreign people.
Oh, you said metallurgy. Oh, I thought you said meteorology is part of his career. You mean metallurgy?
No, metallurgy.
I think more stress corrosion for actually got to do with the weather.
Metallurgy.
Yeah, it's when too much metal comes up on you. You
can look at the enzymes.
Metallurgy.
You mean rust.
I was just once you were going on with the deaths and the births and the facts and things like that, I was just going through a chat. See, we've got a new guy tonight with us, Lily. Good evening from Slovakia.
Hey, Lee.
Oh, hello, mate.
Yeah.
All right.
We did have right at the top, right at the start, we had a model making question. Now, yeah, you can send us model making questions. We will try do our best to answer them. But if we don't answer them or we don't see them, there's a fair chance that somebody in chat's going to answer your question for you anyway, because these people in chat know a lot more than we do.
Yeah, we're just idiots. We don't know anything.
Yeah, we don't know anything.
Before you do, Ted, big shout out to Scaly Models, aka Dad, who's one of our mods in chat tonight. Big hugs.
Oh,
to
yes,
Scaly
yeah,
Models.
yeah. Hi, Dad. Hi, Dad. How are you?
Everybody needs to give Scaly Models Dad hugs now, please, before we do anything.
Yeah.
So everybody in chat, give Dad hugs.
And I can't find it. It was something about.
Well done.
No, I can't even think. I can't remember what it's about. It was something about a base color. I think it was from metallics or something. I'll see if you carry on without me, and
I didn't notice that one at all. So I don't know.
Would it be perhaps the question from Joseph Borg, who says, "Evening all. What's the best color primer, please, for under chrome? Many thanks, Joe."
That's the one. I've just found it.
Gloss black. End of answer.
All I ever use.
That's
black, mate.
Gloss black.
Yeah.
If you want a gloss black primer, you're either looking at Alclad if you're going to be using lacquer paints, because you want to put a lacquer primer under lacquer paints, or if you're using acrylics or anything else, you can use Ultimate Modelling Products Ultimate Gloss Black Primer, which is available from eModels, which is one of the best primers you will ever use.
Absolutely, mate.
Yep. You just go. You get what you do is you get your airbrush and you go like that, and it's gloss black primed and beautiful. You don't have to think it's idiot.
Yeah, usually you don't have to go.
Foxx always does.
Compressor on because the job.
No, I do. I have to sit there.
Foxx does.
Yeah, but it's not the same without the sound effects, Tim.
But you see, sometimes I even do it with an airbrush. Sometimes I just do that. Sometimes I do actually get the airbrush.
It's like it's a rule that you got to paint with your tongue out.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's what you got to do. Yeah. So see, we
Gloss black.
Yeah,
Always gloss black.
Yeah, that's a serious part of the show over with. We'll now hand it over to you lot in chat to carry on.
It's better with the sound effects, says Paul Lines. Thanks, Fox and Company, says Joseph. You're welcome. Always gloss black. Always.
Yeah.
Yeah, always gloss black. If you want to do a coloured chrome effect, that's when you start doing your gloss black and then your chrome colour and then a clear colour on top.
Yes. Yeah, but another way to do it is not do shiny things at all. Just do dirty tanks and things.
Yeah,
like
dirty
that.
tanks and sci-fi and stuff that doesn't require shiny metal is much easier.
Yeah, and you've got no problems. So that's it. Yeah, never do a shiny thing. If it's got shiny stuff on it, send it back.
Mm-hmm. Donald McKenzie says big recent convert to UMP primers, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely. They are available at eModels now. You can get them as the UMP primers, which are brilliant, or you can get them as the Ammo by MiG one-shot primers, which are absolutely brilliant, or you can get them as Badger Steinal res. All those three products are the same thing, just with different names.
Sorry, I let the team down. Colin showed off the UMP, Fox shows off the ammo, and I haven't got.
No. Well, Badger's more the American and European version, but they're all the same product. So if you need it, they are the best by far, the best, absolute best non-lacquer primers you can find anywhere to spray in your airbrush. Don't even think about other primers, or we'll come around and slap you with a wet fish.
Yeah, I've got some MIG primer, but I don't know what colour it is because the label's rubbed off. So I'm just guessing. I think it's a sand primer.
Yeah,
but there's lots of them, lots to suit all your model making needs.
They are completely idiot proof, and even I can spray them.
Absolutely, and cheers to the guys at eModels as well. Super fast service there, considering what we're under. I mean, I only ordered that Thursday, and it was here Saturday morning, mate.
Yep.
Yeah,
so I was well impressed. So thanks.
Yeah, it's just reminded me I need to put an order in myself. So yes, I must get round to doing that. Otherwise, because I've run out of stuff. Where are we at? Where are we at in chat? Belly and Bench. Obviously, it's Belly and Bench because if we've got nothing to talk about, we'll do Belly and Bench. Nostalgia is usually a good thing to do as well. What's on the telly? What you've been watching? And what have you ordered? Have you ordered? Fox has fallen out. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll win the sweep tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to say, who had 19 minutes past? 19 minutes past? Anyone in chat?
Yeah. I fell over again.
If anyone in chat's got 19 minutes past that Fox falls over, then you win a big bag of nothing.
Although bizarrely now I've just got a black screen where Chris should be, which is weird. Let me refresh.
That might well be your shared screen file. He's gone again.
He's
isn't he?
gone.
Right.
He's yeah. He won't back home.
Yeah, that might be your shared screen, Fox, that you had up.
Okay. I appear to have no Chris though.
You got rid of me. You took me out.
I don't know what buttons I'm pressed. Well, I had just a black square for Chris, and then I was like, "Well,
I'll just sit quiet. It's fine. I'm all right.
Please help me, everyone in chat.
Yeah,
I've got what I'm left to work with.
yeah. It's Fox just being a diva.
I'll sort my other bits out. Hang on, you carry on. I'm just.
You
doing
just,
the
but you just
nonsense.
put me full screen while you sort your bits out behind the scenes. Is it? I didn't.
Yeah.
People will be thinking that I've put
it's
me
over
big
to-
screen.
Yeah, so it's over to Chris to do something. Do something, Chris.
There was Chris to doggy paddle for a bit.
I put my hat on. Does that
Hat
count
of
as
the
doing
week,
something?
Chris, yeah.
I put the hat of the week on. What's he doing now? He don't,
I don't know,
share
we shouldn't
things
be
like
showing-
that while
we
you're
shouldn't be
doing
showing
it. Don't share.
Leave
No.
buttons alone.
It's all gone wrong.
Yeah, good job
That
you
one,
cleared the
that button.
computer before you went live.
That's the button we use, not that one. That one.
Can't get staff, Chris.
I can't guarantee I'm actually sharing the right thing for later on. It might be completely the wrong screen. I think.
It says Google on it, mate.
Oh,
Yeah,
does
you-
it? That's
you
all
can-
right. then,
you can
'cause I
look at
can't
it
see
now.
nothing.
You can see it.
Yeah.
It's there. But you just
It's
can't
just,
show
it's
it.
just a white screen for me. I don't quite know why. Anyway,
Scroll
moving
down
on.
underneath, mate, and it'll all appear for you magically, Fox, like witchcraft.
No, it's just a white screen for me. It's green for me, even. Never mind.
Really? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fox has
Underneath where
broken
all
something.
the icons are.
What a
Anders
shock.
Ericsson, he says, pulling the handbrake, says he does that sound effect when he fails in doing something.
Yeah.
I do a sound effect, but it's more like a specific word.
Yeah. Emma Jane Young says, I love the second that she tunes in, Fox is making fart sounds. Just made me day after she stopped laughing.
It is the order of things.
Yeah. Oh, good. I thought I'm still going through afters the 12-inch chocolate cake with cream and prosecco.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. For some reason, the wife just before we went live, the wife said, "Can you nip to Little Tesco for me?" Because we here up north we have little Tesco's and big Tesco's.
Yeah.
And I just happened to come back with a whole tub of Magnum ice cream
By accident. Oh, how did that get in there? My
Yeah,
face.
how did that fall in my bag? So yeah, is it right that you consume? It's got brush cleaning water in it, but that's the only reason I bought it, because I want to put
This is
water
correct.
in your brushes. Is it right that you consume a whole pot in one sitting? Is that?
Yeah, this is means to an end, Ted. It's means to an end.
Yeah, I just wondered, that was all. But it's quite clever because it's got two buttons on the side. It says crack here. Ooh, yeah. So you squeeze it, it cracks all the chocolate, and then you just consume it.
Killer Chief says Meat Feast Pizza Pan, and he's just got. And I'm going to plant something in your head now. He's just got an Airwolf model. He can't wait to build.
Damn it.
It's now in all of your heads. It's in there. Yeah, it's in your head. It's in your head. We could actually do a 4-piece a cappella now if we.
No, we couldn't.
No,
Because I
couldn't.
can do the bass. One you can.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I reckon Ted's got a mean beatbox in him.
I may have watched Blue Thunder.
It's not nearly as good.
No.
Anyway, carrying on. Nobody watched Blue Thunder.
I did.
Yeah.
Blue Thunder was first, wasn't it? Didn't Blue Thunder come out before Airwolf?
It did, yeah. James
As the film.
Farentino was Blue Thunder, and it was Michael Vincent.
Yeah.
Airwolf. But as soon as Airwolf came out, everybody was like, Blue Thunder.
Yeah.
Might have preferred Blue Thunder.
It's my slapping noise.
Got that mittens. Very damn.
So anything else anybody wants to admit to watching that they don't really admit to watching anymore?
Dave Cardboard says he's been watching The Big Bus. I've no idea what that is.
That was a film.
That was a what?
The double deckers.
It was it was big.
Yeah, the
It was like
double-deckers.
a mile long or something, and articulated in the middle. And
Oh, was it like a post-apocalyptic type thing? or something?
no, it was like a holiday thing, but there was something went wrong with it, and it couldn't stop.
Get on board with the double deckers.
No, aren't you think? Isn't that Silver Street? No, Silver Street was a train, wasn't it?
No, that's Speed.
Yeah,
Speed. No, that's something else altogether.
Cliff Richard had a big bust, didn't he?
Yeah, it's
That's
just
the
like
way he
that.
walked. That was Tommy Cooper.
Raging modeler Belly, he says he had noodles of death earlier this evening.
Oh yeah,
Was fish and chips and bench Oaks.
Oaks. Yeah, he's doing his Oaks.
Doing his Oaks, mate.
As is somebody else at the moment.
I've got no idea where this chat is, so
Donald Mackenzie, belly, fish finger sandwich, bench, Moonraker shuttle.
Yes. Reggie Modeler says he's been watching The West Wing and terrible old movies on Prime. Well, if you're watching The West Wing, you don't need to watch anything else.
Yeah, West Wing. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. West Wing is the best in the world.
still haven't seen it.
Yeah.
You need to watch it, Chris. And if you don't watch it, it's not going to end well.
You might want to reply your Fox banhammer to Russell Williams because he says Blue Thunder was far superior.
No.
Russell Williams will not appear on screen.
Yeah, I'm like you, Chris. I'm totally lost where the chat is.
I'm just going to randomly pop in with the occasional one.
Let's just compare the theme tunes. Everybody knows the Airwolf theme tune because it's in all your heads right now. Who remembers the Blue Thunder one? I don't. No idea. No,
got no idea, and yet I used to watch it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
because it's
Colin-
nonsense and
yeah, no.
it's nonsense and irrelevant. Everybody knows Airwolf.
Sean Miles says the only buttons Fox can handle are chocolate ones.
You can't handle the buttons.
Steve 131 says Boba Fett was in Cliff Richard's bus movie.
What was he?
That's what he said.
Graham M.
Might well have been.
Graham M says, I used to watch Prisoner Cell Block H. Oh, the shame. I used to watch Prisoner Cell Block H when I was doing my geology homework. For some reason, I was always doing my geology and geography homework when it was Prisoner Cell Block H. So I always watched it. I loved it. I loved this stuff.
I think Prisoner Cell Block H used the same set as Crossroads because the walls always used to wobble when the doors were shut.
I'm pretty sure they didn't because one was set in a prison.
One was Australian and one was... He used to send me roses. Have any of you guys watched the reboot Wentworth, which has been made over the last 4 or 5 years?
I've seen bits of it, not seen any of it, but I'm aware of it, shall we say.
It's a reboot of Prisoner Cell Block H, and I've got to tell you, there's about 6 seasons of it so far. It's been a couple of years since the last one because the world caught on fire. I've got to tell you, the new series, it's fantastic. It is. It's not camp and cheesy like the original. It's proper drama, but it's really good. It's really, really good. If anyone's got Amazon Prime, it's on there or other places as well. But if you've never seen it but you used to watch Prisoner Cell Block H, go and find Wentworth. It's fantastic. Truly fantastic.
Yeah, I can't say I ever used to like or watch Cell Block H because
I may have watched Neighbours more than once.
I used to watch Neighbours. I was a school child, so I can get away with anything.
Yeah,
Tim Young says, last week I watched Life of Bran and Holy Grail whilst modelling. That was a great day.
Oh, brilliant. Good call.
Sarah Jane says, don't watch The West Wing. Yes, Minister, and yes, Prime Minister is far superior. Yeah, but no, they're comedies. That's different. It's apples to oranges, that one.
I don't know where we're at in chat, but I just seen that Killer Chief 187. I've been watching Airwolf today and the A-Team. Yeah. A-Team. Yeah, it always amazes me what they could build out of a disused barn.
Yeah. Absolutely. Dave Cardboard says Odo was in the big bus.
Odo. Quark. Paul Lyons says belly, hunter's chicken with roast potatoes, peas, carrots and sweet corn. Bench, something.
I saw that chat somewhere, so I must be around.
Bench, a tank and plane to be painted. Oh, he plays fair and he does just say bench, a tank and plane to be painted. So he doesn't give us too much. Because as you know, we want to know about the food. We don't really care about the bench bit, but we'll ask you anyway because it's a modelling show. So currently binge watching NYPD Blue, he says. Anders says, Belly, my workmate made burgers from minced elk last night. That just sounds awesome. And we fired up a barbecue and had them for lunch. Macaroni and hot dog this evening. Bench, Panzer 4 got another layer of weathering. Clearly the diet's been thrown out the window on a Monday night now. Like you said last week, there's no point. We just ruin it for him.
Yeah, that's it. We always talk about food. I'm still totally lost, and I've lost that. I've got a Tim Young belly, haggis and mash with thick gravy. Ooh.
Wait, where's that?
I think I must have missed that one.
We've clearly missed some out somewhere.
George
Yeah,
Taylor.
that's what I said. I don't know where we're at, so I'm just reading him out.
I know, we're near the bottom. George Taylor says, I fell down the rabbit hole last week and watched a bunch of Partridge Family episodes. Did you have that show on that side of your pond, the pond?
Partridge Family, yeah, it was with, what's his face, David Cassidy, wasn't it?
David Cassidy, yeah. Can't remember anybody else in it, but David Cassidy was in it.
Yeah,
Remember the Brady Bunch and all?
Never watched it. Killer Chief stops the conversation in its tracks and just says, I met Harold Bishop. And then Lord High Bobbins says Ferguson is evil. And trust me, if you thought Ferguson in the original was bad, wait till you meet Ferguson in Wentworth. Oh, it's just so good. It's just you have to watch Wentworth. You have to watch it. Go and do it. Not now.
So sticking with that one then, I met Harold Bishop as Killer Chief. Yeah, who else has everybody met? Yeah, what's your claim to fame? Who have you got a selfie with, if in fact selfies...
I shared a point with Noddy Older.
Noddy Older?
Yeah.
I met the guy that played the postman in Cheers.
Oh, happy day.
And I don't know if I've got it on my phone, but I met...
What, the theme tune?
I've got to write the theme tune, sing the theme tune. I don't think I've got it on my phone, but I met the guy that played the little short fat guy, Sam, in Game of Thrones. Yeah, I've got a picture of him. He's a lovely guy. He was in the pub with his mates.
She's got a photograph somewhere in the archives of her albums of her with Lewis Collins out of The Professionals.
But that's the wrong program. Never mind, I got it wrong. I don't think I've got a picture on my phone of that. But yeah, he was at the pub with his mates having a beer, so I managed to snag a picture with him. He's about 3 foot tall.
I met these guys off of eModels at eModels 1 year.
I can say that Prince Philip has met me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Did he call you, sir?
He did, yes.
Yeah, he should have done.
Yeah. He said, yeah, you're Ted. Have you got a sticker? Yeah.
Killer Chief says Russell Crowe, but I don't know why, unless he means you've met him.
Michael Jackman says, do I have to say it again? He says, I met Sally James in 1976. There you go.
Oh,
You've never mentioned that before, Michael, have you?
Anders says that he got a selfie with 2 celebs, Foxx and Chris at Telford.
That's the most valuable picture you're ever going to get, that. Edward Leonard says, I'll post this again because you're all inept, which is fair, really. New York strip steak... Stop. New York strip steak... I can't say it. New York strip steak baked potato. Strip steak, baked potato, broccoli and cheese sauce. Bench this huge Lego. I can't even... Hang on. Gin. Right. New York strip steak.
We'll wait. You carry on. We'll wait.
New York strip steak, baked potato, broccoli and cheese sauce. Bench this huge Lego Lambo, he says.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Steve 131 has got a good one. He said he met Lemmy from Motorhead. Good shout.
Donald McKenzie says Captain Kirk before lockdown in Glasgow.
Pete Rogers says I've met the Queen. Yeah.
Oh, Killer Chief says about Russell Crowe, his wife is from York. He was filling his car in Tesco's.
Sarah Jane has shot one of the actors from EastEnders in paintball. Good day, that.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, we had a guy from Brookside. One of the characters' brothers, like the character's brother, the actor that played I think his name was Matty or something. The character's name. We used to have a static caravan. He rented the one next to ours, so we got to know him quite well. Nice lad, nice bloke. We're going back to the 80s there. Nobody knows who that is.
What's Brooks?
George Taylor said Michael Jackson came to my office to look at some paintings he did.
Yeah, you might not want to shout about that one. Peter Rogers has met the Queen a few times, and Graham Robert has met David Soul from Starsky and Hutch. They said Starsky and Husk then.
Do you ever think that some sort of B-list celebrities must feel a little bit deflated when nobody recognises them?
They probably like the fact that nobody recognises them, to be perfectly honest.
Like I don't know, some B-list celebrity goes in Tesco to do his shopping, and everybody just carries on walking past them and thinking, "Yeah, do I know him from somewhere?"
The raging modeler is being a complete name dropper and saying he's met Alice Cooper, Jeremy Bullock, even Who's Jenny Bullock? Never heard of her. Hattie Hayridge, Danny John Jules, Norman Lovett, Warwick Davis, and an absolute ton of bands. Danny John Jules. Ow! How am I looking?
Yeah, but
Ow.
at least met Jim Bowen at Butlins in the 80s. What can I say?
Smashing, great, super.
Yeah.
Look at what you could have won.
Yeah.
Can't be a bit of bully.
Yeah. I met most of the cast of Coronation Street in the 80s when I used to go to work with my dad. And I met Sylvester McCoy when he was doing some kids' quiz programme at the time.
Lee Barrett says he met Elvis. He works in our local chip shop. See what you did there? Oh, dear.
We're up to... I've lost where we're up to.
I met Joe Guest and a few of the famous strippers, says Stuart Tucker.
Oh, I thought you was on about yourself then, Ted. I was like, oh, when is this?
Oh, Ted met lots of strippers, just not famous.
I can't remember it.
That was just a day's work for him.
Have you been pole dancing in that mankini again, Fox? You have, haven't you?
I don't even think about that.
I did do a traffic stop one night on a people carrier. They didn't call people carriers then, but they were just a big car. It was a group of exotic dancers.
That can only happen to you, can't it?
Have you got your ID
trying
on
to
your
book them all in? Were you trying to book them all in with a 8-foot python round your neck? Can we just book all these in, Sarge?
So that was one of those moments you'd been looking forward to where you said, can I take down your particulates?
I just got to take some details, please. Yeah, I don't want names, just numbers will be fine.
Yeah, I could just see this scene in my head, like Ted stood there at the booking desk, the sergeant behind the desk, 8 exotic dancers dressed like exotic dancers. He's got an 8-foot python, and the booking sergeant's like, "So what are they in for?"
Yeah.
Obviously burgling a bank or something, clearly, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know, Sarge. I just thought you might like to meet them. So
You brighten your evening up.
Yeah, I think that's what that was.
Wayne Haywood says he washed his hands of the NEC toilets next to Ken Furry from the original Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, good, yeah.
Interesting.
Huh?
I stood and had a wee next to Liam Gallagher once in a pub toilet, but
It was in the
wash his
toilet. Okay, just checking.
yeah. Dave Carber says he met everybody famous one lunchtime, but then I was working near Two Swords.
Peter Rogers says I used to do film work with vehicles, so that would be cheating.
Yeah.
We've done that one about Elvis in the chip shop.
Yeah.
Alice Cooper was one of the absolutely nicest blokes ever, says the Reggie modeller. My brother-in-law served on the Royal Yacht so many times that we were allowed on and sailed round to the Isle of Wight with royalty. Yeah. What?
Nice.
Michael Jacobin says I met many famous people as a DJ, including Alan Freeman, Emperor Roscoe, The Real Thing, Samantha Fox, and Jim Davidson many times.
I always remember that one with Samantha Fox when she was doing some sort of reality show and was stewed as a nude behind a bar.
Primetime modelling is stood with Sir Jackie Stewart and Prince William at the 1992 British Grand Prix.
I met many famous people when I was a DJ, including Alan Freeman. Oh, we were just doing that, aren't we?
Ted,
Yeah.
just done that one.
I told you. I told you we'll read your comments out twice. If we don't read them at all, we'll read them twice.
Go on, Colin. Go on, Colin. You're next. You know which one you're reading.
Tim Young says Boris Johnson almost barged him over in a corridor at the House of Parliament 20 years ago.
Sarah Jane says I once asked a guy to get out of my way so I could take a picture. Turned out to be Sir John Surtees. Who's Sir John Surtees?
He was a world famous motorcycle world champion and Formula One world champion. The only man to win both. British and a legend, and sadly no longer with us. Educating Fox.
I know nothing of these things.
I
don't
thought
do
I knew the
sports.
name, and I thought it was something completely different. So no, I didn't know that. So
I thought it was like some kind of I don't know. It sounded like the kind of name that somebody owns.
It's an exotic name, isn't it, John?
Yeah, it sounds like somebody who owns like Debenhams or something.
Yeah.
Primetime modelling served the magician Ali Bongo with some photocopying he wanted at a convention.
Well, that's a blast from the past. That's a blast from the past, isn't it? Ali Bongo.
God, Ali Bongo. Dear Lord.
Yeah, it's almost on par with Freddie Parrotface Davis, isn't it? That's sort of
Oh yeah,
yeah. I can't do it now.
yeah.
I kind of remember Ali Bongo, but I don't remember anything about him or his act. But I remember him. He's in there somewhere. But
Yeah, I think he came from. It was like the circus turn that sort of tried to make it into TV, and it just didn't seem to work. He was maybe a big hit in the circus, but when he came on TV, didn't work out.
Graham McRoberts says, "Does this count me working on Rabsy Nesbitt TV series and Baldy Man with Gregor Fisher?" Yes, that definitely counts because Gregor Fisher's awesome. Hey, right, Jamesy. Hey,
Yeah. Jamesy Cotter.
Hey, right, Jamesy Cotter.
Lord Barclay drove Michael Bentine in his taxi.
Potty time.
Potty time, yeah, potty time,
yeah.
Brilliant little potty time. I used to love it when it was like he had that little diorama, didn't he, at the table, and then you couldn't see the potty people, just the footprints.
Yeah.
I seem to remember I seem to remember Michael Bentine once doing an interview. It might be with Wogan or somebody, and he was discussing little silly animals. And he said, he came up with this one animal that was basically like, imagine a cow or a deer or something, but it's like a bit like a push me pull you, where it's got two heads that join in the middle. But this was the other way around. It was the back ends joined together. And he said it's a Scottish animal, and the Scottish describe it as "twy sneed."
Brilliant. Yeah. He was part of the Goons, wasn't he, with Spike Milligan.
Peter Sellers.
Yeah, those
Harry
guys.
Seacombe as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, Harry Seacombe.
Yeah.
Harry Seacombe. Peter Sellers. They're the sort of guys whose humour, the brain must have just been working overtime.
Now, Paul Lyons' nan was clearly from the same school as your mum, Col. Because this will make you think your mum, I think. Says Paul Lyons says, I remember my nan shouting at jockey Willie Carson because he lost a race and she lost a lot of money. He happened to be walking in front of the Queen. We hadn't noticed, and we got pushed back by security.
Yeah, that's just like my mum, her claim to fame. She once hit giant haystacks with her handbag.
We were talking about that last week, weren't we?
Yeah.
Live from Warrington Town Hall.
She is.
And Killer Chief has a difficult decision to make and requires some assistance. Original Pringles or cheese and onion? You decide.
Cheese and onion.
Cheese and onion, yeah.
Cheese and onion.
Yeah, cheese. Couldn't you get barbecue?
Original of anything, really salted, are just more boring.
See, these are the kind of questions we can responsibly answer with good conscience. Health-based questions and investments, don't ask. It's the worst idea
Our
ever.
Pringles knowledge is up there.
Saw Colin Baker a few weeks later in the same shopping centre, said Mark Soap. So, Colin Baker, was that the Colin Baker, the Doctor Who?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where are we? Graham Emery says about Ali Bongo. Big shoes and a turban, Fox. He was very high up in the magic circle. Ironically, when I used to work for my friend who ran a local business, we used to do stuff with the local, what's it called? All the different heads of business in your town get together.
The Masons.
It's not the Masons, but it's like the local.
You sure you didn't go down to your local lodge, mate?
No, not that. It's like all the local traders have a thing. It's something or other. It's a round table or something like that.
High Street.
But I used to refer to them as the Magic Circle. Oh, we've got to go and do the trade presentation for the Magic Circle. My boss was like, "Yeah, don't ever call them that to the face. They're all business owners." I'm like, "I don't care. I'm a minion. I don't care."
Phillies met all the wrestlers as a kid. Haystacks was by far the nicest one.
Yeah, there was quite a few. There was Jackie Pallow. Who else was there?
Rollerball Rocco.
Mick McManus.
Kent Nagano. No.
Dave Finley.
No, who was? I don't know why I said Kent Nagano. There's a guy with a Japanese name
Kendo Nagasaki.
That's it.
Kendo Nagasaki.
Who's Kent? So who's Kent Nagano? Where've I got that name from?
I don't know. It sounds like a blues singer.
It sounds like either that or like a CNN news reader or something. Over to Kent Nagano at the White House.
Report.
People are telling you it was the Rotary Club, Fox.
Rotary Club, that's it. The local Rotary Club, and I used to call them the Magic Circle.
Yeah. Killer Chief 187's, Secret Handshakes. Yeah.
No, not the Rotary Club. The Rotary Club is just Ponzi businessmen that think they got power when they haven't.
Yeah. It's not as good as the Masons.
No, I'm a Lewis, Ted.
Went to school with Shane Fenton, says Stephen Hill Harris. Shane Fenton?
Alvin Stardust.
Oh, no, moving on. Moving on quickly. Thank you.
Graham McRobert says, remember Bentine Potty Time? Seen it a few weeks back and it's dated. Yeah, most things are.
I think I caught one on YouTube as well. Yeah, it's not as humorous as it probably was when you were a kid. And they weren't as long as I remember them either. They're only about 15 minutes long.
Not only that, humour's changed over the years, innit? You know, as things have evolved, doesn't it? So
yeah, it's certainly There's some classic comedy that stays classic and it's funny and it.
Yeah, Dad's Army will always be funny.
Yeah.
Whereas 8.5 Hot Mum.
Because it's dated language, isn't it? Now,
it's not.
Apparently today is the 33rd anniversary of the first episode of Red Dwarf.
Oh,
it's
God, 33
really? Years ago, Red Dwarf died.
33 years.
Yeah,
you're having a bubble, ain't you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't think that if you think about these things, right, and you say 33 years. 33 years is when I was born to 2004.
I was getting married.
I was starting my second job.
I'm just gonna because we can't deal with that anymore. That wasn't me.
Oh, Lions, what's your name? Don't tell him, Pike.
Don't tell him, Pike. Yeah, so like you can imagine the BBC will show Dad's Army again at some point, but they'll never show like Half Hot Mum.
Things like Love Thy Neighbour, Mind Your Language, Ain't Half Hot Mum.
Yeah, they won't play them.
Language and the values were different, weren't they? And it's not.
They'll never show them again
nowadays.
Yeah,
it's funny though. I remember the $6 Million Man, and I thought that was the Dogs, but you watch it now, and it's probably really bad. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Well, then again, 6 million wouldn't get you much now.
You watch the Fall Guy now, and it's still all right, but it's like, oh, it's not aged well.
Yeah, it's like, that's.
Now I've got a Fall Guy theme in my head now.
I need to ask Scaly Models in the chat to just completely ban Lord High Bobbins for saying Dad's Army was never funny.
Yeah. Saying that, I've watched a few of them recently because they've been replayed to death on Gold. It might be a case that I've watched them too many times. Some of them have become a little bit slapstick now.
Yeah.
It sort of gets a bit tiresome, but I think in short, sharp bursts, it's great.
Isn't it, of itself?
I saw one a few years ago that I'd never seen before. Because, like you say, you see them a few times and after that they're not really funny anymore. But I saw one a few years ago and it's the one where Captain Mannering's brother turns up, played by the same actor. And he's like, he's a northern lad and he's a bit of an alcoholic and and they have to hide him in the cupboard. And I'd never seen it before and I was wetting myself laughing.
Yeah.
More just for the way he portrays the character. Because he portrayed the character he was like the complete antithesis of Captain.
Yeah.
You know, Captain Manning's always prim and proper, and this guy was like, he was a proper northern.
Yeah.
And I was wetting myself laughing because I'd never seen it before. If I watched it again, it probably wouldn't be as funny.
And you are getting on a bit, and wetting yourself is something that happens.
But yeah, there is that as well.
It's like 40 Towers and Hello, and you can watch them, and you're like, it's like,
I don't think I'd enjoy Hello anymore, to be honest, because that was kind of forced. You can't really. It's funny when you watch it, but the second time it doesn't really.
The early seasons were the best, wasn't it? Because it was raw, but it new.
Yeah, but it was a bit like High. It started off quite good, but then just got kind of.
I still have that image of Cleese in 40 Towers in his car with a tree branch because it wouldn't start. You know?
For some reason, at school, whenever we had a lesson where the teacher wasn't there, like for example, we had a biology. It was always biology for some reason, biology or chemistry. The teacher was called away for some reason, so we had no lesson. So one of the lab assistants would just come in and put on that episode of 40 Towers. For half an hour. I don't know why.
Yeah, and obviously we're forgetting the great classic Folk Handles with the two Ronnies.
The two Ronnies will always be funny.
You know, my boys watch that and they're like, "Oh, that's just brutally funny," and it's translated generation to generation, isn't it?
Two Ronnies and Morecambe and Wise will never be anything but hilarious.
Yeah.
It wasn't Christmas without the two Ronnies or Morecambe and Wise.
All the comedy duos and stuff will fade away, but the two Ronnies
Yeah.
and Morecambe and Wise will never not be funny.
No.
We're back in chat. Dad's Army was hilarious as Ice Queen. Yeah, I agree with you there. I've had Pete Rogers. I've had a couple of Christmas presents from the Queen and Prince Philip when I worked for her.
Oh, happy days.
He's got some Christmas puddings. Probably out of date now though.
Yeah, but if they're proper Christmas puddings, they'll last for decades.
Yeah, they don't go out of date. Yeah.
Christmas cake and Christmas puds, they're so marinated in booze that they'll last for centuries. Or Ted will just suck them dry if given a chance.
Sarah Jane says the racing pigeon is far better than Four Candles. I don't remember the racing pigeon.
Racing pigeon?
I'm assuming it's another Ronnie's sketch. I'll have to Google that.
I remember the Phantom Raspberry Blower.
Oh God! Do you remember the worm that turns?
The worm that. Yeah.
I've got the music in my head because I collect library music, and it's a classic.
Wasn't that Diana Dawes? Wasn't she the lead?
I think so. Yeah, because it was like they were like the evil.
Yeah. Oh, blimey.
Now Philly goes on. Philly takes us on to Vic and Bob. Now that was a different era in comedy, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I didn't find Vic and Bob amusing because it wasn't my sort of humour. But that shows how it has moved on.
Yeah, they had some slight moments, but I was the same. I kind of never really found that kind of
Bob
1990s.
Mortimer always made me chuckle when he was on his own because he'd have some funny anecdotes. But the formula of their show was a totally different form of comedy, wouldn't it? I suppose our age group was slightly not used to that, wasn't it?
It's kind of what I like to call Channel 4 style comedy because it was that kind of
politically correct, wasn't it?
It grew out of things like the Young Ones and stuff like that in the 1980s.
Yeah.
Like the Young Ones and Not the 9 O'Clock News and that kind of slightly avant-garde humour. But then Channel 4 went all the way across to the side and made it kind of like... So it was like
I did like Smith and Jones.
Yeah, Smith and Jones.
Yeah, Smith and Jones, yeah. Early Not the 9 O'Clock News stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember there was an annual or something, a great book that came out with the Not the 9 O'Clock News. About that thick, full of jokes, and it was fun. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I've got a few Not the 9 O'Clock News ones.
And there's some classic Black Adders, isn't there? Let's be honest.
Did you used to watch The Secret Policeman's Ball, Ted?
I have watched it. Yeah, there was a couple of them, wasn't there? I can't remember them. I have to read.
What? He was in it.
Ted was The Secret Policeman's Ball.
I'll have to rewatch them now. You put it back in my mind. I'll have to find them. I'm sure they'll be on YouTube.
I think that's where what's his face? The actor that plays Mr. Bean. I've forgotten his name.
Rowan
Atkinson. He did the one where he's reading out the class register.
Yeah.
And he's got the silly names like Particle.
Yeah.
And all those kind of silly names. That's funny.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, Scaly Models just referenced Phil Cool. God, you remember Phil Cool?
Phil Cole, yeah.
I remember him. Yeah.
Jackie says someone has something humming in the background. It's giving me a bad head. Can you sort it, please? I'm not aware of it.
I've got an industrial fan going because I'm red hot today.
I certainly can't hear it.
I can't hear anything, but
has it gone now? It could be my big industrial fan going, but yeah.
You'll have to wait for 20 seconds till he answer that.
Yes, if you need your fan on though, Cole, put your fan on it. So.
Yeah, I will do in a minute. But
we don't want you passing out.
Do you remember Max Headroom?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I remember being overjoyed when that actor turned up in Star Trek Next Generation. I was like, that's the guy that played Max Headroom.
I don't know that I'd recognise him in anything else.
He looks exactly like Max Headroom because it's with less square jaws.
Jackie says yes, so that must have stopped it.
Yeah.
Probably your fan then, Cole. Yeah, if you need a fan though, Cole.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
That's how I am, but
yeah.
Well, Pete Rogers says Bob.
Yeah, because Rowan Atkinson has a really unique way of saying Bob, doesn't he? Like, you know?
Paul Line says, quoting Rowan Atkinson on the Headmaster sketch, "Nibble, leave orifice alone."
Yeah.
It's all comedy. It's all about timing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So some have a better delivery than some others, but
Graham McRoberts says,
Timing.
was Max,
It's all about
was Max
timing.
Headroom. Oh, yes. Yeah, Graham McRoberts says, was Max Headroom on Channel 4? Yes. What most people don't realise, though, is before it was the well-known little sketch thing on whatever it was on, it was actually like a 3 or 4 part sci-fi drama.
Mm.
A lot of people don't realise that. There was actually a 4 or 5 issue or episode, like little short form sci-fi drama that was like Max Headroom's origin story. And then it just became this character that appeared in other stuff. So the actual Max Headroom drama is actually quite dark.
Do I have something in the back of my mind that maybe Max Headroom and MTV have a sort of connection?
Yeah, they used to have him a lot on MTV. It used to appear, but it was based on a Channel 4 little drama series where it was him being an investigative journalist and all this stuff about blipverts and this TV channel trying to feed thousands of adverts in seconds and killing people. It was like really quite a gruesome story in how Max Headroom was created, but a lot of people forget that.
Yeah.
Paul Line says Max Headroom was the other father in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, I didn't know that either. No.
Scale Model Muse says, okay, time for work. See some of you later or tomorrow. Take care, Muse.
Yeah, don't forget you can watch the rest of the show on Catch Up if you miss anything.
Graham M says, if you're a Dad's Army fan, read Arnold Ridley's the guy that played Private Godfrey. Read his autobiography. He fought in both wars and did actually join the Home Guard. It's an amazing story.
You can pick these characters up on Wikipedia, can't you, and sort of delve into their past history and things like that. I sometimes do that when I'm watching a TV series. I'll Google somebody. It's quite interesting what you find out about people.
Who remembers the Hitman and Her came home drunk trying to watch it? It was very funny, says Graham.
Yeah,
my dad used to film it. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago, I think, didn't we?
Yeah, that actually popped up on my Facebook feed after we talked about it. I don't know whether somebody on my Facebook feed must watch our shows and what we do, but yeah, I mentioned something and it pops up on your feed. So,
yeah, my dad used to work on it. Pete Waterman was a lovely guy, and Michaela Strachan was apparently quite well. I remember she was quite grumpy. So, but yeah, no, my dad used to work on it. We've got loads of photographs in the front bedroom, like signed by some of the dancers and stuff to me mum, because they were all dishy blokes.
Wasn't Ziggy one of the dancers or something? That
I don't know. I was like 15. I didn't care.
We don't know these things.
Yeah, but yeah, I was the age where you were coming home drunk at like trying to put chips on and falling asleep in front of Hitman and Her.
Actually, I wasn't 15. I was like 20 or something. But, yeah.
Eric Sykes, The Plank, and Rhubarb.
The Plank.
Yeah, The Plank. The film without a dialogue. Yeah, it was.
Did you ever see the two Ronnies variants of them By the Sea movies? No. It was the typical British seaside postcard stuff. Very similar to the Plank silent films, but yeah, the two Ronnies. You've got to look it up on YouTube, and you'll find them.
I used to love Ronnie Barker's little monologues. His little one-man monologue bits in this area, and he did presentations from the department of something or other.
Yeah,
they were good.
Legends they were. Which you're watching store as well, Foxx. It's getting to that time, mate.
It is.
It's 10 o'clock, isn't it?
Yeah, just noticed the time. It's time, as Ice Queen reminds us as well. It's time, folks, for what's in store. This week we go across for the presentation will be presented to you tonight by the presentable person himself, and it will be presented by Foxx. Foxx,
oh dear.
Yes, you have the con.
I have the con.
You can do your own buttons.
I suppose
as well.
I can't. I'm assuming that I can't expect anyone else to do the terms and conditions before I do my own presentation.
No. Colin, would you like to do the terms and conditions?
Yeah, Foxx is going to go through what's in store, showing you bits and pieces in his list this week. Don't give your answer until he comes back and says go. Otherwise, you get the finger of shame.
Yeah,
finger of shame.
Yeah. Otherwise, you know the rules. Yeah, play by the rules, folks. Yeah, Foxx, you're on.
I'm on. Am I on? I don't know.
I think that's right. It's near enough. Anyway.
I don't know. I've got to press buttons. Yeah. I've even got to press my own buttons. This is ridiculous.
I'll push a button on it. Not that button. What do you want that button for?
I don't know. I don't know what buttons
you want
do
that
now.
button and that button. There you go.
Yeah, but you've got to remember, if you go full screen while Foxx is on, we can all have a rest because nobody can see us.
I can't actually find my thing now because it's all behind my camera. Hang on.
It's there. I can see it. It's there. I can press it.
Yes. So there is a theme tonight, but there's no mug to give away because we gave away a mug last week and we got a giveaway this week, so we've got a draw winner.
Yes,
so no mug, but it's all for fun. But yes, there is a theme. It's not hard, but it's not blatantly obvious either. Yeah. And there is. I have to say, I did get a bit carried away tonight. I don't know why I'm looking at the camera because you can't see me. Or can you see me?
Yes, we can see you.
Okay. On the side there, mate.
I did get a bit carried away. I may have gone towards the extra special treat end of the price spectrum for some of them. Just because I looked at them and went, and I have to put them in. So there's some very special things in the list tonight.
There's Games Workshop stuff, isn't there, Fox?
Well, you'll find out. Are you ready?
Go.
Then let us begin. Ready, children? Okay, first of all, we have the Italeri Fiat 806 Grand Prix 1/12 scale.
Ooh, big stuff.
Yeah, it's a big thing. Now, I know we do take the mickey out of Italeri kits every now and then, but the truth be told, when they get to their big kits like these, they can actually be absolutely fantastic. It seems to be where they put all their effort is in these like small scale vehicles and things like you get like the motorbike kits and the trucks and vehicles. They can actually be incredible, fantastic kits. Now this has no information on it whatsoever, so I can't really. I can try and do a refresh and see if it works, but it might break everything. Let's try. There you go. So this model, which is unique in terms of technology and accuracy, contains pieces to be assembled partially with screws. This has been translated. Decal sheet, masking stickers, clear sheet, boxes, screws and nuts, leather, copper wire, PVC tubes, springs and other parts. It's a big shonking kit and it's got tubes and springs. That's fantastic.
And it's red.
Yeah, it's just a lovely look at that. Dad, scaly models in chat.
I think that being red really makes it sort of stand out, does it?
Go faster.
Yeah, what is it, Colin? You know about orcs now.
Orcs.
Yeah, but you know about orcs and red, don't you?
I think I'm going to be something moons in it.
No, but you know what red means to orcs, don't you?
No.
Makes them go faster.
Oh, does it?
Red makes them go faster, yes. We're talking Warhammer. Ignore us, folks. We're talking about Warhammer.
Yeah,
Dad's getting excited in the chat, I bet. Oh, yeah, Dad says red woohoo in chat. There you go. Dad likes red things. So, yes. So, that looks fantastic with a mixture of metal and tubes and pipes and screws and all kinds of stuff. I don't think there's any more specific information about the kit, but it's clearly not going to be a simple jobby. It's going to be.
It's from that sort of very sexy era of early motor racing.
Yeah, it's that kind of era of if you have any problems, you're dead.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what a beautiful piece of kit that they don't make cars like anymore.
Why do we want to wear crash helmets when we can wear a flat cap whilst we're driving?
Yeah, we've got goggles. I don't need safety equipment. I've got goggles.
What do I need? A flat cap worn backwards as well.
Yeah. You got crash, I'll get prone from the car. I'll be fine.
Now I can't tell if that's photo etch or wood or fake wood paneling type bits. I can't quite tell. It's got a wood grain texture to it, so it could be photo etched.
Of what's his name? Laser cut wood.
Could be.
Yeah, it looks like a floor pan, doesn't it?
That or a dash. It could be, or a dashboard of some sort.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's got a glove boxy hole, but that looks like a phenomenal kit. So if you're into your vintage vehicles and you want to treat yourself, look at that.
I mean, it is gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah, I would of course have to weather it up and rust it, and everybody just wants to kill me. But you'd have to do it.
You could do it as a barn find, couldn't you?
Oh yeah,
couldn't
That'd
you?
be
You could do it as a
ruining it, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah. You could go all Porco Rosso and make it all kind of slightly steampunk and put like a guy doing it with goggles, put wings on it and stuff, and a rocket engine on the back.
I'd give you more than doing the barn find. The barn find would seem like a bit of a waste for a kit like that, but
yeah, I think the wet mitten would be applied, wouldn't it, if you Warhammered that up, Fox?
Yeah. Well, there's not really much 1/12 scale stuff I could stick on it, like figures. So we have the Italeri 1/12 scale Fiat. Let me go back to the title. I can't see the name of it until hang on. I need the box because my camera's in the way. Oh, look at the decals.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you see how big the tyres are when you've got decals that size. Anyway, yes, that's the Fiat 806 Grand Prix car, 1/12 scale. Absolutely something unique. Next. Are you ready? Yes, you knew it was going to happen.
Oh, absolutely. There you go. See, I told you.
We have the Games Workshop Start Collecting Adeptus Mechanicus set. The Adeptus Mechanicus are humans who split from Earth before the Imperium formed and later allied with the Imperium of Man tenuously. But they worship the technology god, the Omnisire. They worship machines. They have no interest in flesh and bone. They easily convert themselves to machine, and they have their organs swapped for machine parts. They worship technology.
I can't tell where he's reading this from.
I'm not. I'm reading it from my brain, from my mind. And they're an excellent faction in Warhammer 40k, and these start collecting boxes. If you want to play the game, they're a great way to get a force ready. There you go, build and play them, and you've got a force to fight straight away. If not, they're still just a great set that you can build for the fun of it. You can make a fantastic diorama out of all those dudes.
Is that a landing craft?
Yes, it is the Scorpius Dune Rider, or you can make it as a Scorpius Disintegrator. You've got two options. So you can build it as a fighting force for your tabletop game if you're playing Imperium, or you could make a fantastic diorama out of it. Don't use the bases that come with the figures. Instead, build a diorama from it. Either way, you've got some beautiful figures. They're 28mm heroic scale figures. So you've got each figure is that kind of level of detail. You've got 10 of the the Skitarii Vanguard. They're your relevant troops. I love the guy with the arquebus rifle there. It's so big he's got a stand for it. You've got one engine seer, who is the guy that's the mechanic for the vehicle. He makes sure it stays working. And of course you get the Scorpius Dune Rider itself, which can be made as the disintegrator there as an attack craft. Or you can make it as the Dune Rider, which is the assault craft, that one there. Either way, they're always great value, because these models themselves, if you bought the Dune Rider by itself, that's about 45 quid for the vehicle. The dudes themselves is about another 30 quid, so you're getting a massive saving if you buy these as a set. So whether you want to play the game, or you just want to just build some beautiful figures, they are fantastically sculpted, mixture of machinery and flesh, these guys. They're just great fun to paint. I've built the Skitarii Rangers. They are incredible good fun to paint. Dead easy to paint as well.
So it seems like when I chose red to paint the Beyblade, I wasn't too far out for.
Yeah, well, I told you you were kind of painting them in AdMech colours. So you can see the kind of there's the landing craft version. You can see it there. So you get dudes in the craft as well. So they do give you some beautiful steampunky figures to paint. I do like the AdMech and the Skitarii. They're all bronze and gold and silver and stuff like that. They're just fantastic. So even if you don't play the game, if you just want a great painting time, check out these guys. And for all those guys, for that price, it's a fantastic deal. So check it out. So that is the... I've lost it. It's behind my camera again. Where's it gone? Adeptus Mechanicus Start Collecting Set. So there you go. Fantastic bit of bargain there. Cheap at twice the price. Next, we have... the IBG Models 135th Marmon Harrington Mark 1. Spunky little thing, isn't it? African snake. It's another one of these small manufacturers that makes vehicles you've never heard of before, that are incredibly good fun to build and incredibly niche. And like I say, you probably never heard of the vehicle before, but it's going to be great fun. I can't tell you much about the vehicle because I really don't know much about it. But it looks like it's. I built the that little German SDKFZ vehicle 3 models a couple of months ago now, and that was a similar kind of thing, a never before heard of vehicle, and it was great fun. So yeah, check it out. It's the IBG 135th Marmon Harrington. It's like a small British Army scout car, slightly armoured scout car, I'm assuming. Let's have a look. Does it say reconnaissance vehicle? It includes a set of photo etch parts and features fully detailed interiors. Can be built with all the doors and hatches open, and it's only $29.99. So I think you could have some good fun with that.
Yeah, something else unusual to put on yourself, where everybody else has Tigers and Shermans and things like that.
It's another stunning example of how the Germans really knew how to design good-looking vehicles, whereas the Allies really didn't know how to do that, or the British didn't anyway.
Yeah, I think the Allies had the design team from a group of primary school kids.
No, they just had like people who were going to found British Leyland. Whereas the Germans had like BMW and Krupp and everybody else, these beautiful vehicles, and it's like, yeah, we've got this thing with a Russian up bowl on the top. Bless them. But hey, we won, so it doesn't matter. So yes, it is the IBG Models 135th Marmon Harrington. Stupid name, I don't know. Next up we have some paints. We have the Mr. Hobby Mechanical Colour Set, version red. Mr. Hobby do a few sets of various different colours of these Mr. Colour sets. They're acrylics, and they are aimed at your mecha builders, but you can use them for whatever you want. They're aimed specifically to reproduce Gundam colours, but again, doesn't really matter. This is the red set, which if you know your Gunpla, that's Charles Zaku. Red, that kind of salmon colour, and that even more salmon colour. That's Charles Zaku, basically. But they're little sets of these coloured paints. They're really nice paints. They're kind of an industry standard Mr. Hobby paints. These are similar to the Mr. Hobby Aqueous colours, but a bit better. And they're specifically designed with mecha builders in mind. So check them out. For £10.20, 3 colours, get in. What size are they? They are, does it say? 10 mil paints. You've got Crimson Gem, Flame Shine, and Coral Red. So a little pack of 3 colours. They're nice and handy. No fussing around trying to find different ones. And they all work together brilliantly. So there you go. Nice to be sprayed or brushed, by the way. Next up, we have something simple. Ammo by Meg Jimenez, Rot Brown base. There you go.
I've got that colour.
Yep. It is a perfect colour if you want to either reproduce World War II German primer on tanks, because they sometimes use this kind of rot brown colour. Or if you want to do something that's going to be rusty and then you're going to be painting over the top and chipping the paint back to get the rust revealed. Rot brown, this kind of reddy brown colour, is a beautiful base coat to give you that rusty base upon which you can later on.
This actually does work well for post chipping, because you put it on and it really dries really flat. So if you just put it on in tiny dots, you can do some great post chipping with this colour.
Yep. But it's, any colours like these are great, but especially if you've got a few different browns, you always want, if you're doing any kind of rust colours, you always want at least some reddy browns in there just to give it that slight variation, because your rust always has a hint of reds and yellows in it. So lovely colour. And also make a good track colour if you're doing tank tracks, a good base for your tank tracks if you want them to be slightly rusty and old.
Yeah, it's a very versatile colour. It's not just the rotor brown for the undercoat. It's good.
You can use it for leather on your figures.
Ooh.
I would use that as a base colour for my pouches and belts on Space Marines. Just saying. But there you go. But you can use it for anything you want. Anything where you need that kind of colour. Red browns are very... When I was younger and I used to paint with Tamiya paints, I always had a pot of red brown just because you need it for so many things. You can do it as a wash for rusty washes, all kinds of goodness. So there you go. It's Ammo by Meg Jimenez, Rot Brown base.
Yeah, Graham said it's a brilliant base colour for boats as well. Yeah, you could use it as a hull anti-fouler. Yeah, it won't be too far off.
Yeah, you're right. It's a nice subtle reddy brown colour. So there you go. Next up we have now. This is where I've gone a bit extravagant for the next two.
Dear.
These are proper bucket list kits. Well, one of them is. It's a serious bucket list kit. One of them is a proper special treat, and one of them is just something you can work towards. First of all, we have the Trumpeter 1/16 scale Russian T-72B1 MBT.
Massive battle tank.
Massive big tank, yeah.
Massive big tank.
Massive big tank. It is 1/16 scale. Just let that sink in for more than a few seconds.
Wow. Yeah, that is going to be big, isn't it? Wow.
1/16 scale.
Big. That's a big Vox. That is going to take all the brown paper in the shop to wrap that.
Yeah, that's bigger than a coffee table. It's one of the T-series tanks. You can't go wrong. I'll have a look at the words in a minute. It comes with wires. Oh dear Lord, does it really? Yeah. Let's have a look. It says barrel length 632 millimeters. The barrel on this tank is almost as long as my 1/500 scale space battleship Yamato.
How long? 632 millimeters.
That's almost 3 feet for the model.
Ridiculous.
Almost 3 feet long.
Yeah.
1,100 parts. It's got metal shafts and copper cables. 26 sprues, turret, and lower hull. It doesn't say anything about. It's got individual track links. No kidding.
Yes.
Doesn't tell me what the electronic wiry bits are. So I'm guessing there's some motory type stuff for like. It's got some cog wheels there, so I'm guessing it's got like turning turrets and stuff.
Turret rotational equipment.
Yeah, it won't be like. I don't think it'll be a remote control jobby, and you'll find out why it's not going to be that in a minute when we do the next one. But it looks like it's certainly got some.
It's got tentage potential, isn't it?
it's got some movementy type things in there.
Something like that has got TED potential. I'm just saying.
Ted, you've done a 1/16 scale tank.
Oh, was that a subtle hint, Ted?
Yeah, this is Ted's next eModels build.
It is now. Well, I don't know because you haven't seen what's coming next. So, yeah, this is one of those tanks. If you remember, Ted built that massive 1/16 scale Panzer IV that Anders knows all about. This will be even bigger because it's a modern tank that's probably twice the length of a Panzer IV. Unfortunately, you also get that.
Yeah, but you could have that, or you could have jerry cans. Whichever way you want to go.
There is that.
Anders is saying that it's not motorised. It's the wire is the tow cable, the same as the Panzer IV.
Okay, in that case, that's cool. Then you've saved yourself. I did think a load of wiring might be a bit extravagant. Electronics would be extravagant.
Has it got an interior? It doesn't look like it's got an interior to it. So
I don't know. I would suspect. Well, I don't know. It's got 26 sprues, so they've got to fill those sprues.
No, that's not going to have an interior with it.
20 of them are probably the tracks.
Bit of a saving grace.
You're probably right. It doesn't actually say. Maybe it says the kit with refined detail.
It's got 3 sprues for the kit and then 60 odd sprues for the tracks.
Yeah, but anyway, it's a big 1/16 honking mother. You can't really.
That's not a lot of money for that much kit.
No.
Lord High Bobbins is said in capital letters. Ted has just said he's building that. We all heard him.
Yeah, it's about 24. About 24 and a quarter inches, isn't it?
Paul Lyons does confirm it's actually 2 foot, not 3. Yeah, I got my feet wrong there. 63 centimetres, so it's about 2 foot, yeah. Still big.
Still big, yeah. That's that big.
But yeah, these kind of kits, people say about the price, it's like, yeah, but you're probably getting as much in this one kit as you would get in 4 or 5 tank kits that would cost you about the same price. So
and that is a good price for such a big kit.
Yeah. Plus, you're getting a tank the size of a small dog, so you can't really go wrong. So there you go. That is the Trumpeter 1/16 Russian T-72 B1M, massive big tank. However, this is just a weekend build compared to this.
Ooh.
This is Ted's next build. The Tamiya 1/16 Russian heavy tank KV2 Gigant with full remote control type stuff. It has lights. It has shooty guns. It has It has Photoshop effects. It has manic turrets that go like that. According to the artwork, it just sits there going like this. He shoots with that hand. It's got spinniness. It looks like it's going manic there. It has wiggly woggly wheels. It has full independent tracks. It's just insane. This is a once in a lifetime kind of build. It's a 1/16 scale remote control assembly of the Russian KV2, 443 millimeters, 210 wide, 205 height, 3,600 grams, 3.5 kilograms. It has digitally recorded sounds, manually operated turret rotation, gun barrel elevation and depression, tracks and engine. Includes a control unit and a multifunction unit which enable turret rotation, gun elevation and depression, and realistic lights, sounds and vibration actions. I think that means when you fire the gun it retracts in. The turret can rotate 360. The gun's got a 4-degree depression. Precision made turned aluminium barrels. Photo etched parts to depict the radiator grills. A pre-assembled gearbox with 2 Type 380 motors. It's got metal parts all over it. Ted's gone a bit moist, I think.
I have now. Moist. This one I can't build. I can't build this because it would have to go back to eModels.
That is the downside, isn't it?
Yeah. So it would never go. Ted, have you finished that tank yet? Sorry, Pete. It's just broke a sprocket that I need to fix.
You take it back and be like, "There's the box. It feels very light, Ted. Oh no, I forgot to put it in. No, I'll bring it next year."
It take a while. Take a while, Pete. It's one piece of track a month. That's how complicated it is. I do have to point out the guys at Tamiya have made this enormous 800 quid tank look like a 1/35 the way they've painted it. They've not painted it very interestingly, but it's just, that is insane. That is a once in a lifetime.
Yeah, Lord Barkley said it's a Dalek.
It is. Explain.
It's with all the. Yeah.
Like you look at that decal on the side of the turret, that first half of the decal is probably like an entire sheet of to get it fit on the page. But yeah, that is some serious business. There's no pictures of sprues or anything.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, he got so excited.
Yeah,
he's going to have to come back in, and then he's going to have to load it up again, and then he's going to have to go back through. He hasn't said go yet, so don't announce what you think the theme might be, because you remember there's a theme.
Yeah. So we'll just sit quietly and sit quietly with your arms folded till he comes back.
He might not come. Why has he not come back yet? He should have come. Do you think he knows he's gone?
Yeah.
He must know he's gone.
I'll message him, mate.
He's got to know he's gone because he won't be looking at the. He might be looking at the other screen.
Michael Giacomo said it has a big price tag, and Paul Line says must clear the credit card balance and buy. Yeah, it does look a fantastic kit. That, but as I say, I just couldn't build it because I just wouldn't want it ever to go back to eModels. I'd just play with it all the time. So,
and that's why I can never host this show.
It took you a long time to come back.
I only realised something had gone wrong because you guys stopped talking. Let me get my screen share back. We'll carry on. How far did I get?
You got to the end. We saw the tank.
Okay, right. Let me bring it back. There we go.
You did a lot talking about the tank as well. So
Anders says, "I'm not building one more big tank. I'm not." Well,
he says that in words. Yes, so there you go. So that's the KV2. So I shall very quickly go through them again, remember, so you can guess the theme. We have the Fiat 1/12 scale Fiat 806 Grand Prix, which is somewhere. I can't find the original photograph now. It looks like a real car, that doesn't it? Put some dust on that.
Yeah, we didn't see these pictures earlier. I didn't see that one.
We saw some of them, but not all of them.
Yeah, put some dust on that and it looked like real. We have the Games Workshop Start Collecting Adeptus Mechanicus. Incredible value for those sets if you want to pick up some good stuff. We have the IBG models, 135th Marmon Harrington, silly name, silly looking vehicle, but looks like great fun to build. Mr. Hobby Mechanical Colour. I'm really breaking the menu discipline tonight, aren't I? Mr. Hobby Mechanical Colour Set, version red.
I wasn't going to mention it.
We have Ammo by Mig Jimenez, Rot Brown. We have the Trumpeter 116 Russian Massive Big Tank. And then we have just the trouser tent to end all trouser tents, basically, with the KV2. So, I shall say, that is all of them. What is the theme? Go.
And remember, folks, we don't know how many of these are in stock. So
we don't know how many of those they got in stock. So if you fancy any of those...
There could be 101. There could be just one of those big tanks. So slap it in your basket.
Yeah, and remember, it's not yours till you pay for it.
Till you check it out.
And we have a winner. Andy B67 is the first person to say red.
You're going to have to share your screen again because I was there most of the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see red, but I can't. Yeah,
I've added the wrong.
Yeah, you don't want to share Colin's screen.
No, that's not the right screen.
Share your own screen.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, the clue was in the fact that it says Colin Fester 67's work.
Let's go back, shall we? Let me press all the wrong buttons. I can't. My camera's all the way of all the buttons. Right, so why is it not working? Right, so there we go. So let me go through and explain. We have
that one.
We have that. What colour is it?
It's red.
There you go. Red. I like the fact that Colin and Ted were like, it's red, isn't it? Red's a good colour. Red's a great colour.
Yeah, I thought that when they started saying that, I thought we shouldn't give hints like that because it might be the right answer.
Yeah.
But then I lost it. I thought it probably wasn't.
Yeah, none of these four guys guessed what the theme was, by the way. We have the Adeptus Mechanicus stuff, which is...
It's red, yeah.
Yep, and also they do come from Mars, which is the red planet. But that's more tenuous, but there you go. But they're all red. Every Adeptus Mechanicus, their colour is red. Everything's red. All the red.
I didn't know they came from Mars.
I'll come back to the IBG models in a minute. No, the Mars bit's tenuous for those that know. Mr. Hobby Mechanical colour set. Yeah. That's red. Yep.
Yeah. That's red. Yeah.
Rot brown. Rot being German for.
Oh, red.
Yep. Trumpeter Rolala. Russians are.
Okay.
Red. Red Army.
That's the tenuous link for these two.
Okay, yeah, yeah, just about, yeah.
And this one, I threw this one in. I threw this one in as a red herring.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see how I did that? I did proud of that one, Red Harrington.
No.
Does anybody know? Do you know why fire engines are red?
Because they go faster?
No, because Russians are red and fire engines are always Russian.
Okay, right. I'm going to have to remove Ted and Fox from the stream because both of that. That was just too. We'll have the Chris and Colin show now, I think, because that's just. They're not.
Because that's just shoddy, mate.
That was just not on.
Yeah, no.
And I think
bang out.
I think Ted's forgotten that he can push his own button and bring himself back.
Yeah, he's forgotten that he's got buttons, and if he mouses over, he can add himself to the stream. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I was
just going to sit there and let you struggle.
I forgot how to do it.
Hang on, I've lost. I can't see Ted or hear him. Let me refresh.
He's still there.
Spider pig.
There we go.
Oh, and again. Sorry.
So there you go. So Andy B67, well done. You win absolutely nothing whatsoever.
Yeah.
Good girl.
Reggie
I saw what you did, Fox, says Dad. Yeah.
Well played on the red herring, says
I'm particularly proud of that one. I'm especially proud of that. It's my proudest moment on this show.
That was very Chris-like.
I did think, as you got a red herring, if it is red, then it's a red herring. But then I couldn't tie in the last two because I wasn't fully thinking Russian red. But yeah.
When I saw it earlier in the chat, I thought, oh, that must be his red herring. And it's like,
yeah.
But remember, folks, it's my turn next week. So there'll be a bit of sense and a bit of...
Hold up a minute. No, you said it's your turn.
Yeah, so next week will all be 1/72 scale Napoleonic horsemen, basically. Here's a barrel set and a single 1/72 fusilier.
I've chosen these because they're all bold.
Bold.
So, yeah, good, yes. So, it'll be my turn next week. So there'll be a bit of normality about the what's in store, I think.
Normality. People don't expect normality from us, Ted. Otherwise, they wouldn't come and watch.
Yeah, but then again, I'll start off with good intentions, and I'll be leaving the chat tonight as we say goodbye. I'll be already ticking things over in my head about what I'm going to pick about what's in store, and then I won't do it till about the pre-rolls up rolling next week.
Yeah,
that's about when I pick what's in store.
10 minutes to go. Ted, have you got your what's in store?
Yeah, that's normally the time we remind him, isn't it, Ted? It's your
that's it.
Just before we go live, then he can do all the swear words. But yeah,
that's about it. Yeah.
See, what you guys don't see is that when we go live, we've got a 15-minute pre-roll. For the last 7 minutes, Ted swears like a navvy, non-stop for about 5 minutes.
We have to mute
so that when the camera kicks in, he's spent and they've all been used up.
Yeah, they've all gone. Yeah, I haven't got any more.
How many times have we given him the 10-second countdown and he's actually thought he's live? It's like, we're not live, Ted.
Yeah, but how many times we'll either wind him up and tell him it's live when it's not and he'll believe it, or we'll tell him it's live and then he won't believe it because we've wound him up too many times. You're live, Ted? No, I'm not. You really are. No.
That's just like happened tonight when I was ordering my pizza. Ted, we're live. Yeah, I finished.
Wait, can I get gin on my pizza?
There's one more thing to do tonight, isn't there?
Yeah, we've got a thing, haven't we?
Things.
Yeah, it's coming to the end of the show, so we might as well give some away.
Yeah, we got a thing. If you remember rightly, folks, last week we was giving away. I'll take it this is the right one.
Yeah, I hope so. Because we're giving it away.
1/72 McDonnell Douglas F-18A Allnit with an H, and it's the Top Gun Allnit. And I do believe we was asking people what their Top Gun.
Oh yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah, that's me.
And we got 17 comments. Anders says his call sign would be Token in Swedish, would translate to something like Tom Fool, because I do not always think before I speak or act. Yes, I'm like that, mate. Probably know this.
That's why he's got a 1/16 scale Panzer IV he's been working on for 4 years. He didn't think before he bought that.
Raging Modeler says his call sign would be mute on the basis I often talk for far too long about things that nobody cares about.
And let me explain that in the following 5 paragraphs.
One.
Book the first.
Said these would most likely be trouble for the sheer amount of misfittery. God, I got that right. I would cause for myself and everyone else.
I like the fact you got that right, misfittery.
Yeah, I think that's normal.
Check the post-it note, mate. Andrew Preston says his call sign would be Charlie Foxtrot 01. He used to use that years ago. Paul Line says his would be Reaper because he looks like death. So I'll just do a quick refresh on that, folks, for you all.
I am the Grim Reaper.
Just so that we can have a looky-loo to see whether any more comments were put in. Dum,
broke
dum,
it
dum,
now.
dum.
Alright.
If you
there's
haven't put a
now-
comment in now, you're SOL basically.
Yeah, there's 22 comments on there, so I'm just going to copy that, whop it into the YouTube random comment picker, even.
Which picks random comments from YouTube randomly at random from YouTube randomly at random.
So you could get picked out at random.
Oh, yeah, look at that. There's the big brown button, Cole, with start written on it.
Have you clicked the one get YouTube comments yet?
You've not picked that one yet.
good shout,
Because you need to
Chris.
click that one first.
Yeah, thanks, mate. I'm just getting the YouTube comments, and there's
That'll do.
22 of them bad boys up there.
Yep. If you haven't commented now, that's it. Too late.
Absolutely. And we'll do the start. Have a look.
Who wins the Mankini plane? It is.
Conveniently, it's Anders Eriksson.
Ooh, well done, Anders.
Would be token in Swedish. It would translate to Tom Fall, because I do not always think before I speak or act. Happy days, mate. So
Congratulations, Anders.
to
And
Anders.
in chat, Anders actually goes 3, 2, 1, go.
And I'm going to put the kit number in the chat for you, Anders, so that you can email ted@emodels.co.uk
The address is up there somewhere.
with
Above
that
Ted
kit
there.
number that's above my
Up there.
canister, mate.
Mexican jellyfish.
It's just
Oh,
up
he
there,
broke
mate.
it.
Oh, it's a random jellyfish.
Goes that way.
So, yeah, congratulations to
That's a
Anders
fish.
Eriksson. There you go.
Yeah,
What's
well
one of
done.
them? It's a dead one.
Yeah,
of them.
yeah, now you can take some time off from the tank and build the
Yeah.
Hornet.
So when we ask you what's on the bench in a couple of weeks,
You can say it's week 75 of 38 layers of paint on the Mankini plane.
I've got my Hornet on the bench.
I've got a new one, by the way. Look, shrimp.
I thought that was the horses or something.
That
No,
looks like-
that's the wolves.
Yeah.
The wolves do that.
Yeah, I've got a shark.
I've got spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
I've got a duck.
Duck.
Oh, we don't get out much.
Bird.
I've got that one. Look at that. Twig.
God.
Coral.
Carl. Carl.
Can we go home now?
I've got. How about this? Plate tectonics.
Box fish.
Oh,
I got one. Puffer fish.
Good night, everybody.
Starfish. I can't do a starfish.
well, we-
I'm
well,
going
we
to
don't
go. Bye.
Chris, turn the button. Press the button. Good night. Good night.
I'm just going to push the buttons
Starfish.
like me.
Wait, where did Chris go?
I didn't go. I was just going. Good night, everybody.
Have I lost Chris again?
Yeah.